Hey Libra, welcome back to my channel. This can be for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and it will be a general themed reading for the upcoming month. Guys, let's have a look and see what's coming up for you for the month of May. Please feel free to subscribe to receive notifications of any bonus or themed readings which will be published to the channel. And if you're after a private reading with me, please feel free to email me. My email is below in the show notes section. Otherwise, let's have a look and see, Libra, what's coming up for you. Okay, a lot of courage coming up around you, Libra. I mean, I love that these swords have come up, and if this is you, there's a massive transformation that's happening for you. Everything to do with the mind and your way of thinking or the way of perceiving and communicating, because you're going from the page to the queen. So that is very, very powerful. I feel like by the end of the month, you're going to have a lot more reassurance about a situation here. You're also going to find out more, okay? I think that a lot of information is coming to you. A lot of clarity about emotions, about direction, about your purpose. Something major, I feel, because you've got the major arcana in the death card here, and this can definitely represent transformation and change. It can represent a Scorpio, so some of you might have a destined Scorpio coming in around you. But something's going to happen here. I feel like something major is going to happen, and it's going to change your perception. I don't know if there's loss of some kind. There might be loss around you. You know, something that you've been involved in or held onto or had in your life, and that might leave your life, Libra. But that exit or that change or that walking away or that ending, it's really going to change things for you. It's going to change your perception in a major way here. Now, the past could definitely be coming up around you, and I think you might be thinking about the past with that 7. You could also be reflecting on something here, or revisiting the past in some way. A past lover, a past job opportunity. It may present itself to you. But I feel like with the 2 of Pentacles, you might be in 2 minds about whether you wish to revisit that again or not, Libra. Something possibly has changed within you, and it's not the same anymore. It's not what it used to be, and that's really changing your mode of thinking here. I do feel like you are going to initiate an ending here. I think you've been in a state of confusion maybe for quite some time, and you've sort of been on the fence, maybe juggling things with that 2 of Pentacles, trying to make it work. I do see potentially multiple offers or income streams coming in around you, multiple offers of love even, but it's indecision. It's especially when the page looks to the juggler. I mean, he's almost worried for him. Like, he looks like he's like, oh, like... So there could be a message here that you're possibly worrying about something you don't need to, something that's under control. And it could be just your air element coming in and your mind going into overdrive. So there could be something here that sends you into overdrive. But I love that the Queen of Swords is here, and especially because she faces the future to the right-hand side, because this is indicating how much you're going to come into your power here and how much clarity and understanding you're really going to have. The Queen of Swords is very wise. She's very intellectual. She has a lot of direction. And she's, you know, she's got the single bird here, and I often indicate the single bird as birds that hunt alone. So, for example, the eagle, and the eagle is mighty and strong and powerful. And, you know, these flock of birds tend to stick together, and it's almost like a flock of thoughts. A string of thoughts will stick together, Libra, and it might overwhelm you a little bit, but then you'll come into that Queen of Swords energy. I do feel as though you might, if you have any concerns, you might talk about this with someone around you. Now, it could be that someone is coming and voicing their concerns. I think it's important to be understanding about it, because it's coming from a very, very vulnerable place. And it could also happen for you where you're sort of exposing your vulnerabilities a little bit in the month of May. And it can be things like love. I mean, you've got the Page of Wands here, and this can be a declaration of love. It's quite a lustful, flirtatious energy. But it's almost like you see how there's 2 pages here, and one page is confident, and he's almost amused. by that juggler, the Two of Pentacles. But the Page of Swords, on the other hand, isn't amused. He almost looks worried, or you know, a little bit frantic, like almost like, oh, is he going to drop it? And this one's like, oh, this is fun. Now, I don't know how you're identifying out of these courtly characters here, Libra, but there might be a situation here where someone thinks something is very amusing and the other is genuinely displaying some sort of worry. Whether or not this is you as the Swords, some of you might take on the identity of the Page of Wands, maybe. But these pages are so occupied with this this juggling act, this can he make it, can he manage? Whereas the Queen of Swords has completely surpassed that. She has nothing to do with it. She turns her back away from the courtly characters, away from what's going on here, because she's I feel like she's beyond that. Okay, she's been there, she's done that, she's got a more refined energy. She doesn't take that on board. So I don't know if this is you slowly shaking it off, and things that perhaps once did send you into overdrive, did send your mind crazy, maybe that's leaving into the past, and then suddenly that attitude, that shift changes. But I feel like with the Queen of Swords, she does represent a lot of communication and a lot of analytical energy. And interesting that the Seven of Pentacles is also here, which can represent deep contemplation and analytics and really reflecting and looking into things in more detail, or being more patient with things. But the Queen of Swords isn't very patient. She wants results and she wants them yesterday. So there's two very different contrasting views or themes that have come up here, and it's going from one end of the spectrum to the other. If the past has something to do with this, that could be something that's changing your mode of thinking, Libra. But I do feel there's definitely something from the past that may repeat itself, okay? A second relationship, a second chance. You know, the fact is that the multiple Two of Pentacles is here. Things can be a little bit choppy, a little bit rocky, as indicated by the water that is in the background of the Two of Pentacles. So, you know, this is riding the wave, Libra. You know, it's seeing things from two very different vantage points with the pages. I think that's what's really standing out to me here, is that page activity and the way they're looking to the Two of Pentacles. Like, can he do it? Can he really pull it off? Someone's more skeptical and fearful, whereas the other's more confident or more blasé about things. And this could be approaches to work or a relationship. Maybe you're the juggler, Libra. Maybe it's you're the one that's trying to keep things manageable, trying to keep your head above water. That Death card also looks to those. And if it's not a Scorpio you're dealing with, and if it's not the past, then it's an ending. It's an ending you've been in two minds to finish, to put down, to put away, lay to rest, because you're still indecisive about it, Libra. There's still a decision that needs to be made, and you might make that decision. You might feel more confident towards the end of the month, and maybe into June you'll finally have an answer. You'll finally have the result, whether it's you that's making the decision or someone around you. That could be coming up. And I think that's really quite prominent for you. But if there is two different things coming up around you, you feel more confident in one than the other. You feel more strongly about one than the other. I don't know how much time you want to give yourself to think about this, but I think you feel you can see the contrast. You can see the difference, that a line in the sand will be drawn. And you will come to that understanding. You will come to that assertion, which is really powerful. But look, I will leave the general reading at that. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button to receive updates and notifications of themed and bonus readings. Otherwise, please stay safe, take care, and all the best.